Welcome to the first installment of a very special transatlantic series of the Ask Her Majesty podcast, where I have learned that, despite what the wrath of Robo-State has made on Washington, some royalty has been able to thrive under localized spin-offs of Robo-State, as I leave Birmingham for a flight across the pond to the great city of Columbus, Ohio, to introduce you to fellow nursing student, fitness trainer, podcaster, and very good friend, Brianna McKee, or as she is known by her students, Angry Brianna Buckeye, who developed the Students Who Extremely Actively Train You, or SWEATY, program of student fitness coaches at The Ohio State University, a program where AI health insurance debt management networks use fitness tracking apps to channel smart crypto to pay student debt, much like BritFit has done for Her Majesty's healing service. I'm excited and honored to have Brianna with me today. I'm your hostess, Sister Zainab. I hope you all got plenty of rest last night because today is the sweaty day I promised. Let us get moving, my sisters. Coach Brianna, your dedication and enthusiasm for the SWEATY program are truly admirable. As someone who is deeply involved and supportive of the program, I'm keen to hear more about your experiences and insights as a head coach. Could you please elaborate on the multifaceted role you play within the SWEATY program and how it contributes to fostering a holistic culture of health and wellness on campus? I'm particularly interested in understanding how you personally engage with your classmates, utilizing your position as a coach to motivate and empower them on their fitness journeys. Your perspective and expertise are invaluable in highlighting the transformative impact of the SWEATY program, and I'm eager to share your insights with our audience to further promote the program's mission of promoting physical and mental well-being among students.
The camera pans over the bustling gymnasium filled with students engaged in various physical activities. Cut to a young woman, Brianna McKee, standing confidently in her scarlet tank top with the SWEATY logo emblazoned across the chest. She smiles warmly at the camera as she begins her interview. Hi there. I'm Brianna McKee, a 21-year-old senior here at Ohio State, and I'm one of the head coaches for the SWEATY program. Let me tell you, I absolutely love being a part of this program. Cut to Brianna speaking passionately about the SWEATY program, with footage of students participating in classes interspersed throughout. One of the things I love most about the SWEATY program is that now all students are required to participate in daily SWEATY activities. It's not just about getting a workout in, it's about fostering a culture of health and wellness on campus. And as coaches, we play a pivotal role in that. Cut to Brianna explaining the role of coaches in the program, with footage of coaches interacting with students. We're not just here to lead workouts, we're here to assign students to their classes and ensure they're getting the workouts they need. Making SWEATY a graduation requirement gives us the leverage to keep everyone moving and motivated. Cut to Brianna discussing the dynamic between coaches and students, with footage of coaches participating in classes alongside students. What's really special about SWEATY is that we're all students too. We're in the classes with our own students, sweating it out alongside them. We get to meet them as equals in their classroom before we're assigned as their coaches. Cut to Brianna expressing her enthusiasm for helping classmates achieve their fitness goals, with footage of coaches providing encouragement and support to students. It's incredibly rewarding to personally give all of our favorite classmates the workouts they need, even if it's not always what they want. At the end of the day, seeing their progress and knowing that we've played a part in their journey to better health and fitness, it's truly priceless. Cut to a closing shot of Brianna smiling confidently at the camera. So, yeah, I absolutely love the SWEATY program and everything it stands for. It's more than just a workout, it's a community, a lifestyle, and I'm honored to be a part of it. The scene fades out as Brianna's voice echoes with enthusiasm for the SWEATY program. The camera transitions to a young woman sitting in a quiet corner of the gym, her eyes filled with determination and gratitude. She takes a deep breath before speaking, her voice filled with emotion. Student, hi, my name is Emily, and I have to admit, I used to hate gym class. I dreaded every moment of it, especially when Coach Brianna's classes were on the schedule. They were so hard. I couldn't help but take it personally when Coach Brianna would have to raise her voice and be authoritative to keep us moving. But looking back now, I realize it was all for our own good. Emily pauses, reflecting on her journey. Student, you see, I came into this semester with some pretty poor fitness habits. I was overweight, out of shape, and honestly, I didn't think I could ever change. But then came the sweaty requirement. Coach Brianna's classes were torture, I won't lie, but I needed them. And now, after months of pushing myself, I've lost 62 pounds. Her eyes glisten with tears of pride and disbelief. Student, it wasn't easy though. There were days when I wanted to give up, when I didn't think I could do it. But Coach Brianna never let me quit. She pushed me beyond my limits, and even though I cursed her under my breath during those grueling workouts, I'm forever grateful for her tough love. She smiles, a sense of accomplishment shining through. Student, I never thought I would be in this good of shape. I never thought I would actually look forward to coming to gym class. But here I am, loving every minute of it. And it's all thanks to Coach Brianna. So, Brianna, if you're watching this, thank you for making me suffer through your classes until I learned to love them. You've changed my life in ways I never thought possible. As Emily wipes away a tear, the camera fades out, leaving behind a sense of triumph and gratitude. The camera focuses back on Brianna, her eyes gleaming with a sense of pride and authority as she continues her interview. You know, one of the things I love most about being a coach in the Sweaty program is the level of discretion we're given. I have full control over assigning the physical activity requirements for every student individually from the whole student body. And let me tell you, that's a power I don't take lightly. She pauses, a sly grin playing on her lips. When it comes to my class, I have the final say on whether a student passes or fails. And once I assign a student to my class, they must repeat it until I pass them. It gives me the power to work my students as hard as I want to, without them having the option of failing out to get another coach. And you know what? They tend to respect me pretty quickly once they realize they're stuck with me. Her expression grows more serious as she discusses her approach to coaching. I don't take it lightly, though. I understand the responsibility that comes with shaping the bodies and minds of my students. Each one is like my personal project, and I take pride in watching their progress and transformation. She leans in closer to the camera, a hint of mischief in her eyes. And let me tell you, I love a challenge. That's why I often pick opponents from my debate class for my most intense sweaty boot camp classes. There's something about the look on their faces when they realize they're stuck in my class that's just priceless. She chuckles softly, her confidence evident. It creates an interesting dynamic, you know? Seeing classmates who I debate as equals later taking orders from me in my sweaty boot camp class. But hey, that's just part of the fun of being a coach in the Sweaty program. As she finishes her statement, the camera fades out, leaving behind an aura of authority and determination. One of the unique aspects of the Sweaty program is our dynamic and automated class scheduling system. Unlike traditional classes where students are assigned to specific instructors ahead of time, in Sweaty, students aren't told who their coach will be until they report for their first class. The scheduling is managed through the Sweaty app, which notifies students where and when to report for their assigned class. The beauty of this system is its flexibility. Coaches have the power to adjust class assignments at any time, right up to the last minute. As a result, students never know who their coach will be until they walk into the gym. It can be a bit of a shock to some when they realize that the person who just assigned them to their boot camp class is the same person they got into a disagreement with earlier in the day. But that's all part of the Sweaty experience. It keeps students on their toes and adds an element of unpredictability to the program. And hey, sometimes a little shock is just what they need to push themselves to new heights. She smiles, a glint of mischief in her eyes, before the camera fades out. Let me tell you about this one time in my debate class earlier this year. I had a debate with this guy who was like a clone of John Bender from The Breakfast Club, a real sexist scoundrel. He defeated me in the debate and made me look foolish and infuriated. So naturally, I was all fired up and ready to take out my fury on the draftees to my first boot camp class. And let me tell you, they were already not prepared for what I had to offer. But then, just before class, I got a text from my friend Fatima, who's also a Sweaty coach and was in the debate class with me. She said, "Look who's in your class," and attached was a picture of that same guy who won the debate. Turns out, Fatima had rescheduled him to my class as a little surprise for me. Well, I'll tell you what, I let him have it. And since the loser of each debate picks the topic of the next debate, I chose the sweaty requirement as the topic, arguing in favor while he argued against, all the while visibly sore from the workout I gave him the day before. It was classic. Now, in my boot camp class, we have this running joke where we playfully tease about the topics of the debate class and even incorporate them into the music. It's all in good fun, but it keeps the atmosphere lively and entertaining. I love how this selection process keeps my students on their toes. They know they're being quietly sized up by us coaches, constantly monitored throughout the day, not just during our fitness classes. And with the constant sharing of information between coaches on our apps, it adds another layer of intrigue to the whole experience. She chuckles, reminiscing about the incident, before the camera fades out. Oh man, let me tell you, it was quite the shocker. I had just finished up this debate with Brianna, and let me tell you, it got pretty heated. I guess you could say I got under her skin a bit, you know? So imagine my surprise when I show up for my first sweaty class, and who do I see standing there as the coach? None other than Brianna herself. I mean, talk about awkward, right? Here I am, thinking I've left the debate behind me, and now I'm face to face with Brianna again, but this time in gym clothes. And let me tell you, she didn't hold back. It was like she was out for revenge or something. But you know what? I gotta give it to her. She pushed me harder than I've ever been pushed before. And, yeah, maybe I cursed her name a few times under my breath, but deep down, I knew she was just doing her job. And hey, I survived, didn't I? Now, it's become this running joke in our class, you know? We tease each other about the debate topics and incorporate them into our workouts. It's all in good fun, but it definitely keeps things interesting. So, yeah, walking into Coach Brianna's class was definitely a surprise, but I wouldn't have it any other way. She may be tough, but she knows how to get results. He chuckles, reminiscing about the experience, before the camera fades out. You know, I gotta admit, sometimes it makes me a little afraid of what to say during the debates. I mean, you never know what you're going to be in for when it comes to Coach Brianna's class. And let me tell you, you can definitely feel it when she's sore about a debate. There's this look she gets, this kind of mischievous grin, and you just know she's plotting something. So, yeah, it definitely adds an extra layer of challenge to the debates. But hey, it keeps things interesting, right? And at the end of the day, it's all part of the sweaty experience. We push each other to be better, on and off the field. He chuckles nervously, acknowledging the dynamic between him and Coach Brianna, before the camera fades out. Oh man, let me tell ya, it was a total mind-blower, dude. So there I was, just wrapping up this gnarly debate with Brianna, right? We're like, going at it, and I'm thinking, whoa, did I just ruffle her feathers? And then bam. Next thing I know, I stroll into sweaty class, and who's there to greet me? Freakin' Brianna, in all her gym gear glory. I'm talking major surprise, bro. I mean, I thought we left all that debate drama behind, but, nah, she's ready to rumble, gym style. And let me tell ya, she ain't pullin' no punches. It's like she's out for revenge or something, man. But hey, props to her, you know? She totally pushed me to the max, harder than I've ever been pushed before. And, yeah, maybe I dropped a few choice words under my breath, but deep down, I knew she was just doing her thing. And hey, I lived to tell the tale, didn't I? Now, it's become this whole joke in our class, dude. We're always ragging on each other about the debate topics and mix in them into our workouts. It's a riot, man, keeps things spicy. But I gotta admit, sometimes it's like, whoa, what should I even say during these debates? You never know what Brianna's got cooking up next. And when she's still feeling sore about a debate. Oh, bro, you can totally feel it. She's got this wicked grin, like she's up to something, and you just know she's gonna bring the heat. Anyway, it's all part of the sweaty adventure, right? We're pushing each other to the max, whether we're duking it out in a debate or sweating it out in the gym. He finishes with a casual shrug and a smirk, embodying the laid-back attitude of a dude, navigating the twists and turns of the sweaty program, before the camera fades out.
Ah.
Yes, the issue of gender and training regulations in the sweaty program. It's a topic that comes up quite often, especially in interviews like this. You see, the decision to mandate all sweaty coaches to be female, with the exception of the coaches themselves, who are required to train under Ohio State University athletes, including the football team, stems from a compliance issue with the Robo-State Peace Treaty of 2032. This treaty strictly prohibits the use of state power to mandate physical activity of males by males for the purpose of paying off debt, as it's considered akin to military conscription. In order to avoid any potential violations of this treaty, the sweaty program had to make some adjustments. So, all sweaty coaches are indeed required to be female. This ensures that there's no possibility of the program being construed as military conscription. As for the exception made for the coaches themselves, well, they're mandated to train under Ohio State University athletes, including the football team. It's an interesting dynamic, for sure. But ultimately, it's a necessary measure to ensure that the sweaty program operates within the bounds of the treaty and upholds the principles of peace and equality. She nods thoughtfully, acknowledging the complexities of the situation, before the camera fades out. Being able to train alongside the great Ohio State Buckeyes football team and other athletes at Ohio State University is truly an honor and privilege. It's an experience that goes beyond just physical training, it's about learning from some of the best athletes in the nation. These training sessions are not only physically demanding but also incredibly inspiring. The dedication, discipline, and determination displayed by the Buckeyes and other athletes serve as a constant reminder of what it takes to succeed at the highest level. Moreover, the opportunity to train alongside these athletes adds an extra layer of credibility to our coaching abilities. We gain invaluable insights and techniques that we can then pass on to our students in the sweaty program. Overall, training with the Ohio State Buckeyes football team and other athletes is a humbling yet empowering experience. It reinforces our commitment to excellence and motivates us to push ourselves and our students to reach new heights. She smiles, reflecting on the privilege of training with such esteemed athletes, before the camera fades out. Oh, let me tell you about the excitement we felt when we had our workout session with the Ohio State Buckeyes football team. It was a day filled with anticipation and adrenaline, knowing that we were going to train alongside some of the most elite athletes in college sports. As coaches, we're used to pushing others to their limits, but being able to test our own limits alongside the Buckeyes was an exhilarating experience. From the moment we stepped onto the field, there was a palpable energy in the air, a sense of camaraderie and shared determination. Working out with the Buckeyes was intense, to say the least. They pushed us to our physical and mental limits, challenging us to dig deep and find that extra ounce of strength and resilience. But amidst the sweat and exhaustion, there was also a sense of joy and accomplishment knowing that we were keeping pace with some of the best athletes in the country. Every sprint, every rep, every drill, it was a testament to our commitment to excellence and our dedication to the sweaty program. And as we wrapped up our workout, there was a sense of pride knowing that we had risen to the challenge and held our own alongside the Buckeyes. Overall, it was an unforgettable experience, one that fueled our passion for coaching and left us inspired to continue pushing ourselves and our students to new heights. She beams with excitement, recalling the exhilarating workout session, before the camera fades out. Interviewer, can you tell us about the surprise you experienced when you walked into Coach Brianna's class? Oh man, let me tell you, it was quite the shocker. I had just finished up this debate with Brianna, and let me tell you, it got pretty heated. I guess you could say I got under her skin a bit, you know? So imagine my surprise when I show up for my first sweaty class, and who do I see standing there as the coach? None other than Brianna herself. I mean, talk about awkward, right? Here I am, thinking I've left the debate behind me, and now I'm face to face with Brianna again, but this time in gym clothes. And let me tell you, she didn't hold back. It was like she was out for revenge or something. But you know what? I gotta give it to her. She pushed me harder than I've ever been pushed before. And, yeah, maybe I cursed her name a few times under my breath, but deep down, I knew she was just doing her job. And hey, I survived, didn't I? Now, it's become this running joke in our class, you know? We tease each other about the debate topics and incorporate them into our workouts. It's all in good fun, but it definitely keeps things interesting. So, yeah, walking into Coach Brianna's class was definitely a surprise, but I wouldn't have it any other way. She may be tough, but she knows how to get results. He chuckles, reminiscing about the experience, before the camera fades out. You know, I gotta admit, sometimes it makes me a little afraid of what to say during the debates. I mean, you never know what you're going to be in for when it comes to Coach Brianna's class. And let me tell you, you can definitely feel it when she's sore about a debate. There's this look she gets, this kind of mischievous grin, and you just know she's plotting something. So, yeah, it definitely adds an extra layer of challenge to the debates. But hey, it keeps things interesting, right? And at the end of the day, it's all part of the sweaty experience. We push each other to be better, on and off the field. He chuckles nervously, acknowledging the dynamic between him and Coach Brianna, before the camera fades out. Oh man, let me tell ya, it was a total mind-blower, dude. So there I was, just wrapping up this gnarly debate with Brianna, right? We're like, going at it, and I'm thinking, whoa, did I just ruffle her feathers? And then bam. Next thing I know, I stroll into sweaty class, and who's there to greet me? Freakin' Brianna, in all her gym gear glory. I'm talking major surprise, bro. I mean, I thought we left all that debate drama behind, but nah. She's ready to rumble, gym style. And let me tell ya, she ain't pullin' no punches. It's like she's out for revenge or something, man. But hey, props to her, you know? She totally pushed me to the max, harder than I've ever been pushed before. And, yeah, maybe I dropped a few choice words under my breath, but deep down, I knew she was just doing her thing. And hey, I lived to tell the tale, didn't I? Now, it's become this whole joke in our class, dude. We're always ragging on each other about the debate topics and mix in gem into our workouts. It's a riot, man, keeps things spicy. But I gotta admit, sometimes it's like, whoa, what should I even say during these debates? You never know what Brianna's got cooking up next. And when she's still feeling sore about a debate. Oh, bro, you can totally feel it. She's got this wicked grin, like she's up to something, and you just know she's gonna bring the heat. Anyway, it's all part of the sweaty adventure, right? We're pushing each other to the max, whether we're duking it out in a debate or sweating it out in the gym. He finishes with a casual shrug and a smirk, embodying the laid-back attitude of a dude, navigating the twists and turns of the sweaty program, before the camera fades out. You know, one of the things I absolutely love about the sweaty requirement is the amount of power it gives us coaches over the student body. Every student is subject to our orders, our guidance, our discipline. It's like having this whole army of motivated individuals at our disposal. And let me tell you, that power doesn't just come from nowhere. It comes from the respect that the students have for us coaches. They know that we're here to help them reach their fitness goals, but they also know that we mean business. We're not here to mess around. That sense of duty that the students feel towards us is palpable. They know that if they slack off or get caught being inactive, they'll feel our wrath. And believe me, they don't want that. It's like a built-in motivation system that keeps everyone on their toes and striving to be their best. So, yeah, I love the power that the sweaty requirement gives us coaches. It's not just about fitness, it's about instilling discipline, fostering respect, and shaping the student body into a community of motivated individuals who are always striving to be their best selves. She nods with satisfaction, a glint of determination in her eyes, before the camera fades out. You know, a lot of students hate to exercise, and ironically, those are often the ones who need it the most. It's tough love, but those are the students we have to be the most firm with. It can be emotional to suddenly be thrust into such extreme physical activity, but once it sinks in that we can work them as hard as we want and we don't tolerate any slacking or disrespect, they fall in line. But here's the thing, they start to realize that their only option is to impress us. They see that we're not just here to push them, but also to guide them and help them become the best versions of themselves. And when they finally get it, when they start to see the progress they're capable of, it's like a light bulb moment. I love it when I can show respect for a problem student who has turned around. It's a testament to their resilience and determination, and it's incredibly rewarding to see them transform right before my eyes. So, yeah, it's tough love, but it's all part of the journey. And when I see a student who once struggled now thriving and pushing themselves to new heights, that's when I know I'm making a real difference. She smiles with pride, knowing the impact she's making on her students' lives, before the camera fades out. Coach Brianna finds one aspect of the Sweaty program particularly satisfying: the fashionable uniforms students are required to wear. While varsity athletes are accustomed to wearing revealing uniforms that flatter their fit physiques, Brianna acknowledges that for many students, especially those who are not used to regular physical activity, wearing such attire can initially be alarming. She observes that many out-of-shape students may feel self-conscious about their bodies being on display in athletic uniforms. However, Brianna sees this as an opportunity for growth and empowerment. By pushing her students to work hard and embrace their physical challenges, she helps them overcome their initial embarrassment. Brianna believes that wearing the proper attire not only shows respect to their coach and classmates but also serves as an incentive for students to work harder. Rather than being a source of embarrassment, the uniforms become a symbol of progress and achievement. As students become fitter and more confident in their abilities, they find that their uniforms flatter rather than embarrass them, reflecting their dedication to their fitness goals. Coach Brianna emphasizes the significance of the uniforms within the Sweaty program. She and her fellow coaches proudly sport tank tops emblazoned with the imposing declaration, "This Ohio State student will extremely actively train you." The acronym SWEATY is spelled vertically, serving as a bold reminder of their role as motivators and leaders in the fitness journey of their students. Meanwhile, the students themselves are clad in a Sweaty Ohio State student tank tops paired with gray spandex briefs. These uniforms, Brianna explains, serve as a literal branding of the students as members of the Sweaty community. By donning these garments, students are not only physically identified as part of the program but also mentally aligned with its principles of hard work and dedication. Brianna believes that the requirement to wear these specific uniforms instills a sense of discipline and commitment in the students. By removing the choice of attire, they are reminded of their obligation to follow the instructions and guidance of their coaches. In Brianna's eyes, this aspect of the program reinforces the notion that success in fitness, as in life, often requires adherence to structure and accountability. Ultimately, Brianna sees the uniforms as more than just clothing; they are symbols of the shared commitment between coaches and students to pursue excellence in physical fitness. Coach Brianna passionately expresses the unique approach of the Sweaty program, highlighting its departure from traditional fitness classes where participants are encouraged to work at their own pace. In contrast, the Sweaty program not only mandates physical activity but also sets rigorous athletic standards that every student must meet and maintain. She emphasizes that all students, regardless of their athletic background or current fitness level, are automatically drafted onto the Sweaty team. As coaches, Brianna and her colleagues hold their team to the same high standards as any other athletic coach would. This means instilling a sense of duty in every student to get in shape and stay in shape for the team. With a firm hand, Brianna ensures that students understand their role as athletes and the expectations placed upon them. She believes that by imposing these strict standards, the Sweaty program has been remarkably effective in transforming students' fitness levels. Brianna shares her pride in witnessing countless students undergo incredible physical transformations, shedding excess weight and gaining athletic prowess akin to varsity athletes. For Brianna, the satisfaction lies in knowing that she has personally contributed to shaping these students' bodies through her leadership and guidance. By having full control over their fitness journey, she feels a profound sense of accomplishment and fulfillment in seeing them achieve their athletic potential. Interviewer: Coach Brianna, the Sweaty program seems to have a unique approach in mandating the pace of the students rather than allowing them to work at their own speed. Can you elaborate on why this approach is taken? Absolutely. The Sweaty program operates on the principle that every student, regardless of their fitness level, is capable of achieving remarkable athletic prowess. By setting high athletic standards and mandating activity, we create a culture of accountability and excellence. As coaches, we hold our team to these standards with unwavering dedication. Our insistence on dictating the pace stems from the recognition that many incoming students are significantly out of shape. By providing a structured and disciplined environment, we guide them towards reaching their full athletic potential. I've witnessed countless students undergo incredible transformations throughout the year, shedding excess weight and gaining athletic abilities comparable to varsity athletes. What sets Sweaty apart is its unilateral authority, allowing coaches like myself to shape the fitness journey of our students. This level of control has been immensely satisfying for me personally. Knowing that I've played a role in shaping the bodies and lives of so many students who may not have achieved such results otherwise is incredibly rewarding. Interviewer: Coach Brianna, you've mentioned the Sweaty Buckeye Boot Camp as one of your classes. Can you tell us more about it and why it's your favorite? Sweaty Buckeye Boot Camp, where do I even begin? It's easily my toughest class, but also my absolute favorite. Picture this, my students and I donning scarlet and gray camouflage tank tops and leggings, all emblazoned with a Sweaty Buckeye Boot Camp. It's like a tongue-in-cheek military boot camp, and I play the role of their drill instructor. The atmosphere is intense from the get-go. There's no warm-up, no introductions, we just dive straight into it. The AI announces the next exercise, and I call out "What's next?" to which my students respond with a resounding "Jumping jacks, ma'am." It's all about following my exact orders in real time, with no knowledge of what comes next. Now, here's the kicker: most students don't get a passing score in this class the first time around. But that's where the magic happens. I use the campy military sound-offs as a humorous balance to the seriousness of the fitness mandate. It's their duty to respect their coach and follow my orders, and the sound-offs serve as a gauge of their enthusiasm. At first, some students are hesitant to play along, but after a few classes, they're all shouting at the top of their lungs. And let me tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than hearing a whole class of hardworking students shouting "ma'am" as loud as they can, just to show respect. It's a testament to the camaraderie and spirit of the Sweaty program, and why Sweaty Buckeye Boot Camp will always hold a special place in my heart.